Hey guys, how's it going? Today we are back at it with more racing cars, more race cars. And Mini GT, of course, we have the Tyrrell P34 and we also have the Lotus 78. So when these first came out, I know they've been out for a little bit now. When these first came out, I wasn't a big fan, but then as I started watching people do reviews of them, specifically Diecast Alfies reviews, I will link his channel in the description. I fell in love with these, and I just had to pick them up. I don't know anything about this this kind of racing, this older Formula One. If this is even Formula One, I don't even know. I don't know much about this. And as far as I know, these models do not have chases either, which is kind of interesting as well. But I wanted to pick them up and show them off, so let's go ahead and take a look at them. I want to do this Tyrrell first, so I will pause here and we'll get these open for you. Alright, that's better. Now let's take a look at these. So starting with the Tyrrell, go ahead and take the plastic off and take a look at the box. So it is the Tyrrell P34 number 4 from the 1976 Spanish Grand Prix, I believe. So nothing on that side of the box. Mini GT on this side. This is number 488. And then we have the UPC right there, and it is officially licensed by Tyrrell. And that's pretty much it for the box. It will have the standard plastic sleeve in there to store the car in. Now looking at the packaging, we got the great art up there. For the Miho exclusives, it's limited to 1 of 3,000, but I do not think there's any chases. If there is, I have not seen them. 48. And then again on the back we have Tyrrell licensing, TSM model, Miho exclusives, M&J toys, all that stuff with the UPC right there. So taking a look at the car, this is already a little bit different than we are used to. So usually the car just sits in the tray right here, but this one actually has an extra cover piece over the tray, and I would assume it's because these cars are a bit more fragile than anything else Mini GT has done. So I'm going to be very careful with this. This car is tiny, but I'm going to be very careful with these because I do not want to break any of these pieces. So here's the car. It's tiny. I'll grab another Mini GT in comparison to look at it with, but right off the bat, you notice there are 6 wheels. I don't know what the engineering design choice was with that, but as you can see on the treads, it actually has like the racing slick treads, but it has those grooves on there, which I think is accurate with these kind of race cars. So this one is in elf livery, which I guess is pretty iconic. It's the number 4 car. And then I think in there we actually have the names of the drivers, I believe. Not exactly sure, or maybe the name of the driver. So that's kind of cool. There's just elf logos all over the place. Big radiator on the side right here, and then the back tires are real big and beefy, and they do say Goodyear on all 6 of them, which I like. There's a red hub in the middle of all the front wheels. Trying to be very careful with this. I don't want to break it. Then going to the front, got this like big like splitter in the front with elf and Goodyear on it. Another elf logo with Tyrrell under it, and number 4 in red. Got some yellow striping going along the side, and like some big crazy, I don't know if these on top are like air intakes, but like some big crazy pieces back there. You can see the engine detail back here, and interestingly, and I'm sure this might be obvious to people who know about this car, but it looks like this actually is a Ford motor, which is interesting. But we have a gray support brace right there behind the driver's seat, and then inside the driver's seat, pretty plain, just blue with a black steering wheel. And then yep, Ford on that side of the engine as well. It looks like there's some like some wires and stuff, and really good detail on the engine. Coming back to the rear, there are, looks like some exhaust tips there. I don't know what these silver pieces are. I don't know if that has something to do with the exhaust system or if that's just some sort of brace. But I would imagine that these little pipes right here are the exhaust. And then it looks like there's like another black radiator right there below the wing. But the wing looks really nice and long. So let's grab another Mini GT car. And I want to just show off how tiny this little car is. So I have grabbed this Acura NSX GT3. So this, this feels like just like a normal car to me, regular Mini GT size. Look at how small this Tyrrell is. It's tiny. It's super short. It's not very tall. Like it's just tiny. Very, very small. When I first saw pictures of it, I thought it would be bigger, but it's not. It's a very small car. It's a lot smaller than the Lotus too. So very interesting, and very good job to Mini GT for being able to pack so many details into this little tiny car. It's kind of amazing. But on the bottom, it's actually like a metal flake silver. The base is metal, but since this one has so many details and parts, a lot of the back portion is plastic. Yeah, there's not... So like the whole main body up here, like all this blue up here and going around to the sides and everything is metal. But pretty much the whole rear end right here is plastic. So keep that in mind if you're looking to buy this one. It is not all metal. But yeah, the base, a big majority of the base is metal as well. So I really like this one. It seems to be put together pretty well, and it's pretty sturdy for being plastic. Well, not all plastic, but a lot of plastic parts. And I really like it. I'm going to have to research and figure out more of the history of this car so that I'm educated. But there is our very, very small Tyrrell P34. So now let's take a look at, I'll clean up my mess over there. Let's take a look at this Lotus. So taking it out of the plastic, let's take a look at the box. So this is number 589, and it is the Lotus 78 number 5, and it is the 1977 presentation model, and it is in John Player Special livery, which is I guess is kind of like an iconic livery, but there's nothing on that side of the box. Mini GT in black on that side, and there is the UPC. Looking at the art, very nice art, racetrack oriented art. One of 3,000 again. I don't think there's a chase. Number 49, licensed and approved by Classic Team Lotus. So it is licensed by Lotus. TSM sticker right there. UPC down there. Now, this car has the same exact extra sleeve as the Tyrrell did, which is nice. That kind of makes you rest assured knowing that if you order these cars, they will come in protected very well. So let's look at this one. I really like this one. All right, so it's very thin. That's my first impression. It's a very thin car. And just like with the Tyrrell, there's a lot going on this one as well. So let's get a little closer. So we have Goodyear on the tires, just like with the Tyrrell. Looks like there's some tan coloration inside at the hub. So that's nice, and that is on both the front and the back. This one's kind of like a star pattern, but lots of good detail inside the wheels. I like that. So just looking at the livery, it's a John Player Special livery. It's number 5. Looks really, really nice. Yeah, I like the livery a lot. It looks nice, kind of like a British flag right there. And then up on the higher level of the car, we actually have Valvoline right there. And then we also have Andretti. I don't know if that's the name of the driver for this car or not. I would imagine it is, but it looks very nice. On the front right here, on the front splitter, we have Valvoline again. There's a silver like radiator or intake right there, some venting, number 5. The British flag with John Player Special again. The seating area of this car is white. The steering wheel is just kind of your standard black, but there is some silver behind it as well, so that's nice. The headrest is that like black bar right there. And it looks like around the headrest there's some air intakes going back to the engine right here. But overall it looks really good. There's some indents right here on both sides of the seating area, so that's nice. The wheels stick out wider than the body of the car, of course, and it looks like there's some like silver detailing right there. If you look at it from the bottom, there's actually some like bracing, or that might be like the steering rods or something. Not exactly sure, but it looks nice. Going back to the engine, very nice silver engine detailing right there. And this one also, let me turn it upside down. Right there, you can see that there also is a Ford logo on this. So this must also be a Ford engine, which is interesting. So right here on both sides, there's like some little circular pieces with like some rivets around it. So I'm not sure if that's like a fuel filler or something. But back behind the engine, there's a blue bottle right there. And I don't know what that's for. I don't know if that's a fire extinguisher, if that's like some NOS or something. But around that, there's a bunch of like silver detailing. And it's actually, I imagine all these pieces are plastic, but they're actually like metal flake paint, which is nice. The rear wing sticks up pretty tall for the height of this car. It has silver metal flake supports, and then it has the John Player Special on it with Goodyear. And then on the back, there's some exhaust detailing. And then just like with the Tyrrell, this back half is pretty much plastic. Well, actually, no. This black piece right here is metal, but everything on top of it is plastic as well. So it does have metal base, metal body. It seems like this one has less plastic pieces than the Tyrrell, but overall, it looks really good. I'll throw up a picture of this Lotus next to it so you guys can see it compared to the real car. But overall, I really like these two. They seem to be quite a bit more fragile than your like everyday Mini GT. So if you get them, do be careful so you don't break them. But even there, you can see how small the Tyrrell is up against the Lotus. But they look really cool. I'm going to start learning more about this type of racing because there's a lot more like Formula 1 stuff coming out from Mini GT. So I'm really excited. Glad to have these in the collection. So anyways, let me know what you think. Let me know if you have these, if you want them, if you're going to get them. Like and subscribe. That would really help me out. And we will see you in the next video.